Hey, you came back. Welcome to my channel where all the cool kids hang out to live a little, laugh a little, and learn new ways to show up for ourselves. It's time to spring forward, so let's spring forward the right way with Right All Day. This is the part of year where most of us have made New Year's resolutions, and every week we keep saying, I'm gonna start on Monday, I'm gonna start on Monday, I'm gonna start on Monday. Well, we're in March and first day of spring is approaching, and some of us have done a little bit. Some of us are still waiting for Monday. So why not take this time to reflect on where we are, where we want to be, and how we can get there. But let's not jump on a bandwagon. Let's figure out, what we need to do for ourselves. A lot of times we consider this to be like inconsistent patterns. And if we're truthful, we're inconsistent because it's probably not what we wanted to do for ourselves. It's easy to be inconsistent with someone else's plan. So why not find a plan for you? When I look at the word inconsistent, some synonyms that are commonly used is like incompatible, uncertain, unstable. And I can think back over my life and I have probably fit the description for all those words. But then I take it a little deeper and I try to figure out why. And sometimes it's incompatible because I'm trying to do what works for someone else when I need to be focused on what works for me. As far as the uncertainty, again, for me, uncertainty shows up when I am in someone else's lane. The other day I posted on Instagram that instead of looking for a lane, I'm creating my own. And I've been able to get more success that way. And it's like if someone else is telling you this is what worked for them and you're trying to do it, but you're doing it and you're not seeing the results that they're seeing, you get discouraged. So let's just figure out what's going to work for us. And as far as like, are we unstable? No, we're not unstable. It's just we haven't found what's exactly our perfect path for us. So let's take this time to brainstorm. First day of spring is approaching next week. Like, this is a great time to brainstorm, reflect, acknowledge. Like, let's acknowledge, like, this is where I'm on the couch. Like, is it couch to 5K? Is it marathon? What is it? Like, let's acknowledge where we are and move from there. And I think that we would have more success that way. All right, so I'm going to acknowledge where I'm at. Where I'm at is most days I can do 2 workouts a day. But that's just because we don't really have much going on. And if it's my day off, I'd rather be doing something productive versus just watching TV all day. But that's where I'm at. So when I'm looking for like a challenge or like what's going to work for me and help me to be consistent, I have to be mindful of where I'm at. Now, I wouldn't just say like, oh, I'm going to do 20 minutes of something a day, because that's not going to be enough for me where I am. I will acknowledge though, 1 or 2 things that I have not done that I thought I would be doing, just from thinking back to like New Year's Eve. I said I was going to read more. I purchased books and the books are sitting there. And I also said I would journal more, and in my mind, I'm like, I'm journaling in my head, but I haven't like written it down. And I will say that journaling has helped a lot, through the past couple of years that I've been more intentional in trying to figure out how to show up for me. Because on the days that I don't show up for me, I make myself journal like, why did you not think you were important enough to do XYZ? And it will open your eyes. And I think that showing up for yourself is really just acknowledging to yourself that you are worth your own time. A lot of time I would sacrifice my agenda to help somebody else because I just felt like that was the right thing to do. But I think it's time to change the game and to acknowledge that, you know what? Yeah, it's good to help other people, but we got to start helping ourselves. And until we can help ourselves, like people aren't going to treat us the way we want to be treated. It starts at home. And I will say that once I started treating myself better, other people started treating me better. And it's not that like people were disrespectful or anything like that, because you know I don't tolerate that. But I just think like on a more genuine level, people treat you better because you're able to bring forth like a more positive outlook and like better energy to the situation or the relationship or whatever. But the more you focus on you and bettering you, it's actually contagious. And then the people around you want to focus on them and bettering them. And then you don't really butt heads that much, or you're more compatible with other people than you think you are. Because really, we all think that we're on these journeys alone. And no, if people are honest and genuine about it, if you talk to them, they feel the same way you feel. They might be at a different stage than where you're at. Like you might be at the beginning, they might have been like, girl, I already did that. And I just think that if we're more genuine and transparent, that we could actually help each other overcome all the obstacles that we have. But a lot of us, it's not that we're not genuine, we can't even be transparent with ourselves. And there was a time when I couldn't even look in the mirror. And I was reading this book, You Could Heal Your Life by Louise. I'll link it below. And like one of the exercises that she had us to do was to like look in the mirror, and she has you say a lot of things. I think one of them was like, you know, you're perfect just the way you are, or you're beautiful just the way you are. And I'm gonna tell you the truth, your girl, I couldn't look in the mirror. I couldn't do it. And I had some other friends, like we were reading it and listening to it together, and we both was like, we all were like in tears. And I was like, you know, that's sad that we can't look in the mirror. It was to the point where I couldn't even take pictures. And if you follow me on Facebook, I don't know if it was 2018 or 2019. I can't remember when I started it, but I know definitely 2019. I was intentional about that thing. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to start posting pictures every Sunday, no matter what. Like, just because. And that was because that was like one of my weaknesses. I didn't want to take pictures. The kids was like, you're not in none of the pictures. And it's like, if you're not in the pictures, were you even there? So, you know, I've learned to just kind of work on my own weaknesses, which was the pictures. And now you can't keep me out. Now you can't keep me out. And now I done stepped my game up. Now I'm doing videos. But you know, it's just, we got to show up for ourselves. We got to show up for ourselves. And one of the key takeaways to show up for yourselves is to strengthen your weaknesses. And yes, sometimes we got more than one weakness, but you just start one weakness at a time, and you just keep exercising that thing and exercising until one day you finally feel comfortable, and it gets better. I promise you, it gets better. So this video has went a little longer than I had planned, but it's all good. So just to recap, just inviting you to spring forward, to show up for yourself. Take this time to brainstorm and figure out like which one of your weaknesses need to be strengthened, and just start there. Like, I don't even want to tell you like, oh, do this, do that. No, the only thing I'm going to say to do is just be true to yourself, and to walk in your truth and acknowledge your truth. You ain't got to tell anybody but yourself. But whatever that weakness is, start working on it. If it's, I really don't even know. Okay, a lot of people will be like, I just can't find time to myself. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Because there's times when instead of watching TV, I don't care if I go outside and walk the driveway back and forth for a few minutes. It's a moment of clarity. It's a minute for me to like calm my nerves, just kind of, you know, learn myself and learn what I want to do, and it feels good. And then the next time I try to at least do whatever that amount of time was. So even if it's 15 minutes, let's say it's 15 minutes, That 15 minutes felt good. Ooh, let me do 20, let me do 30. And that is how now I've reached two, I call it two a days, like I'm an athlete. But no, you know what? Correction, I am an athlete. So I do two a days, and I don't do a whole bunch of stuff. Well, I guess it depends. But that's a whole other video. I don't even want to prolong this any longer. But just like I said, let's work on our weaknesses and let's get stronger. Let's just get stronger. Until next time, continue to walk in integrity, continue to walk in your worth.